This is Monster Mash.
Crawl. So the movie's about this girl named Haley and her father Dave. Whenever Haley was younger, her parents got a divorce. Her father used to be her swim coach whenever she was a kid. She's still on the swim team, and now she's just this badass professional swimmer, literally just trained to cut through the water, which ironically is going to come into play later on in the film. She's been trying to call her dad all day with no luck, and then she finds out there's a motherfucking Category 5 hurricane coming this way. So she continues to try to call her dad, but still he just doesn't answer. So she ventures out to go check on him to make sure he's okay. She reaches a checkpoint where there's a bunch of cops basically just turning people back around, and she's like, fuck this shit. With no fucks given, she just drives right through the checkpoint. She finally gets to her father's neighborhood, and she's coming up on his house. It's raining hard as fuck. It's not quite flooded yet, but it's getting pretty intense out there. So she gets out of the car and goes inside, and it's like a ghost town in there. There's nobody home except for the family dog. And good old dad is nowhere to be fucking found. So she goes down into the basement only to find her dad down there, unconscious, and it looks like he has a giant chunk or a giant bite taken out of his shoulder. It's fucking gnarly. And then whenever she tries to escape and pull her dad away, that's whenever she sees it for the first time. This giant fucking alligator just comes bursting through the wall and then starts chasing her through the basement. So we come to find out that there's actually like a gang or a crew of these giant alligators that are literally stalking these people. There's this crazy scene where the alligator actually chomps down on and grabs a hold of her leg, and he's just like flailing her around like a fucking rag doll. It was fucking intense. Okay, so there's this kind of stupid part where the dad is like downstairs and it's really dark and he can barely see, and there's this water like literally up to the guy's waist. They found flares earlier in the film. He strikes one of the flares inside the house like a jackass, and then all of a sudden one of those fucking alligators just leaps out of the water and just rips this dude's fucking arm off. Holy shit balls, fuck. There's this really awesome scene where Haley tricks the shit out of one of the alligators. She swims into the shower and she closes the door. She opens the door, and then whenever the alligator swims in, she jumps over the top of it and then shuts the door, locking the alligator in the shower. That part was pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna just go ahead and be completely honest here. I really didn't think I was gonna even care for the movie. I thought it, just from the trailer alone, I just looked at it as like, oh shit, another giant fucking alligator eating everybody movie. But in this case, it actually turned out to be a really good fucking film. There's a really cool scene where there's a dead officer in the bottom of the basement. Haley goes to grab his gun, and one of the alligators leaps out of the water, literally chomping down on her fucking arm. And keeping in mind she has the gun in her hand, right? Haley's adrenaline kicks in like a motherfucker, and she just starts blasting off rounds inside the fucking alligator's mouth. It was fucking badass. These cops, or the police, come to the house, because earlier in the movie she was trying to signal to the cops, hey, we're fucking down here, help us. And they come up on the house. So one of the cops, he falls down, he like spins into these alligators, and they just completely tear him apart. That was definitely one of the best kills I've seen in a very long time. Meanwhile, across the street, there's like a convenience store or a gas station, and these people are in there stealing shit. They're looting it up, and then they try to steal this fucking heavy-ass ATM machine and put it in their small-ass fucking canoe. before they can fucking escape, the alligator gang just rolls up on them and fucking just takes them all out. The chick's upstairs and she's looking out of a window and the water's literally like, it gets almost to the roof. She sees a helicopter coming. Keep it in mind, they found flares earlier in the film. She strikes one of the flares up like an idiot. Giant alligator, man, just comes right through the fucking window. They barely escape with their lives. Like, they shouldn't have made it out of there, but somehow they did. Haley, her father, and even the dog make it to the rooftop, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. They're up there on the roof just kind of waiting to be rescued. All around, it's a really good little movie. I had a couple of minor gripes with it, like the dumb decisions of the characters, but other than that, it's really fucking awesome. If you like movies with giant animals, you know, giant beasts just eating the fuck out of people and like killing everybody, then I definitely highly recommend you check this movie out. Scott 86, Crawl, Monster Mash. I'll see you guys on the next episode.